Praise Him, guys. How y'all doing today? You're tuning into another episode of Let's Go to Church Gospel Show with Big Ben. Today, we got a special guest tonight. We got Mr. Terrell Gathers and Summer AP Ministries. Summer AP Ministries. I'm going to go ahead and bring him in. I'm putting everybody in. Ooh, Lord, that thing. How you doing, Mr. Tracy? How you doing?
Doing good. How about you?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Mr. Terrell?
All is well, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. So, can you please start out? Let's go back. Let's go back to like when you was a kid. Like, how'd you get into like the music? How did you get like music and just pretty much just the beginning stages when you was a little Terrell? Let's talk about that. You want to talk about the? Let's go. Did you hear me the first time?
No, repeat that.
Oh, okay. You got quiet. So, okay. So, can you please tell us the beginning stages, the little Terrell Gathers? Let's talk about that. The passion of singing and be able to play, hear different sounds. Let's talk about that.
Well, I grew up as a young boy. My parents had 12 children. And so I grew up as a young boy listening to Hezekiah Walker, John P. Key.
Right.
Those are some of my favorites. So all of my siblings sing. And with that, we used to sit in the house and watch the videos and form our own choir.
Oh, wow.
So we grew up singing and being able to just to watch people that we really love and be able to
Right.
mimic what we see was phenomenal.
Oh, okay. All right. Mr. Tracy, can you please introduce yourself?
Yes. Hi, I'm Tracy Howard, and I am a part of AP.
All right. I didn't see you at the showcase. I did not see. Were you at the showcase?
I was at the showcase.
You were? You got glasses on. That's probably why I didn't know you got glasses on.
Yeah. Glasses on that day.
All right. So when did AP Ministry started?
We started it back in 2008. We started in 2008, but it was normally Anointed Praise ensemble, and then we branched off to Anointed Praise choir, and then we went to Anointed Praise Ministries.
All right. So why did you change the name? So was it like God told you to change your name, or was
because we initially started out. As we grew and we felt that with leadership and talking to God and also talking with choir members and them being able to, a lot of my choir members, we went from a very small ensemble to a huge choir of about 80 something people. And then with that, people got busy with their lives. And so some of them had to leave out of town and some of them got married and they went about their way. But we changed it from a choir to now the Anointed Praise Ministries.
All right. So let's please talk about that very first album. Let's talk about that, the process of writing your first album and for AP Ministries.
Our first single was released in 2017. That single was called "In the Secret Place."
Yes.
And oh my God, when we wrote that, it was phenomenal. God has really, really, and you play it a lot on your show. So
Yes.
we really traveled and we did a lot with but actually that was a sophomore project. But the first project was a full CD and it's called Now the Reflections, because we look back over our lives to see what we went through and what God has brought us from. That's why the CD is entitled The Reflections. Also, the second CD, as I stated, was in 2017, was In the Secret Place. And then from there, we just released All of Me in February.
Yes.
So God is really doing some things with the ministry.
All right. So, Mr. Tracy, when did you become into AP Ministries?
I think I was first introduced to them probably about 6 years ago. And then I went to a concert maybe 5 years ago. And I volunteered my services to help administratively. And because he was hustling and he needed some help. And so I made myself available to help in that area. Next thing I knew, I don't even know how I started singing in the group, because I have a background of singing, but I figured my choir days, group days were pretty much over. But he needed the help, so he's my brother, so I just said I would be there just to help out.
Oh, okay. All right. I just want to make sure include you in, because I didn't want to not say nothing to you, and you're right there. So
So you trying to say you're not interested in me?
no. I just want to make sure you was included
okay. No, I'm
in the
joking.
conversation. All right. So you mentioned that your very first single was In the Secret. And can you please tell us the process of creating In the Secret Place? I'm gonna let y'all know that's one of my favorite songs, which I've been playing that song probably on my station for about 3 or 4 years now. But it's weird how this all happened. We finally met in person in August, and keep in mind we've been on contact on Facebook for about 3 or 4 years. It was weird to me, but I'm glad we meet in person. But yes, please tell us the process of writing that, because guys, he's a writer. He writes all his
Well, in the secret, yes, In the Secret Place was birthed from a low place. I was in a period of isolation. That's when I was going through. I was battling preaching. You know how some people we go through the period of we don't want it, but God has called us and commissioned us to do so. So I was in that low place, and that's where God really met me. He really dealt with me, and he began to birth that song, In the Secret Place. So he took me to the scripture of Psalms 91, and from there the songs were birthed.
guys. Y'all need to go out and buy that song, because it's gonna bless you for real. Like I said, it's been on my station for almost 3 or 4 years now. It's blessing the listeners around the whole world. So yes, I just lost train of thought. I don't know why. All of Me. Let's talk about All of Me. The process of writing All of Me. Please tell us a little background history behind that.
You know, experiencing with all that life was dealt.
Right.
Also during the period of the pandemic, um, we need God more than ever.
Right.
And God was talking to me about, hey, what do you have
Right.
that you're willing to give? So I said, God, I need you more than ever. I'm going to surrender all. Whatever it is that you need from me, I surrender.
Right.
It's my will to bless you. It's my will to please you. I want to be pleasing in your sight. So this song was birthed from that period of time, deciding to give God all.
All right. So guys, that's another single that's out as well. Y'all need to go out and get it. Full project is gonna be coming soon. I know very, very, very soon. I had to talk with Mr. Terrell. He said he's about to drop the album very, very soon. Cause can you tell them a little bit about that upcoming event as well?
Yes, we have, as a matter of fact, October 29th. I can't stress it enough. Put that on your calendar, October 29th. Every
Frozen. It's frozen. It's
think he got frozen.
yeah, Mr. Tracy, you can take it over.
Well, October 29th, be there, put it on your calendar. We're having we're calling it an encounter where we will be debuting some of our new songs. We're also going to do snippets of some songs that some are familiar with. It's going to be a great time. We have guest artist, Sir Jerry. His group will be there with us. It's going to be a fantastic time, and it's going to be called The Encounter because that's something that God gave Pastor Terrell a couple of years ago, because we don't want to just gather to sing. We don't want to just get together and have a concert, but we're looking forward to God coming. We're all coming together with one purpose, to have an encounter, a real encounter with God, because we know we have singers all over the world. And what makes the difference is the anointing. That's what separates the men from the boys. And so it's that encounter that's going to matter, because nobody can have an encounter with God and not change. And so that's the purpose of that event on October the 29th. Details are forthcoming. Is going to be a major impact in the community, and we're looking forward to a mighty move of God.
All right. So since you are one of the choir members and you do administration as well, how do you balance that and your everyday life?
It can be challenging at times because Pastor Terrell can kind of keep me pretty busy. And, so what I do is through prayer, I just try to, carve out some time. He and I talk pretty much daily to, make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do to prepare for the events. We just met today earlier just to make sure that we're on point, we're on target, that we're on schedule. So we pretty much try to plan ahead. And with planning ahead, that helps me with my 9 to 5. It helps me with ministry and all the other 50,000 things that I'm involved with, to kind of help me balance it out.
All right. So, Mr. Terrell is like going in and out tonight. So
I'm helping him.
It's the Wi-Fi. Maybe it's this Wi-Fi in this area that's kind of not too well. I would actually. Okay, he just popped up again. Let me see.
There he is.
You good, Mr. Terrell?
Yeah, I'm back. I don't know what was happening.
Are you connected to Wi-Fi?
I am.
That's what it is.
Are you using your phone?
And my MacBook, yes.
Okay, so let's try not to get off of Wi-Fi. Let's try just data. See if that works.
Yeah, just use your phone data instead of using Wi-Fi.
Well, so yeah, guys, I'm gonna have all of me promo video while we're waiting for that.
Give you my heart, Lord. Give you my heart, give you my mind. Give you my soul, Lord. I'll submit to your will. I'll give you my heart, Lord. Give you my mind. Give you my soul, Lord.
Make sure y'all go out and buy All of Me, the single, on all digital media platforms. Does Mr. Terrell got a website?
He does not have a website yet. We're working on putting that together. But anybody can go to any digital outlet. The project is there. The single is there. And I must say, it's been blessing a whole lot of people, even people that don't normally listen to gospel music. But because of the message in the music, it really has, we've heard quite a few testimonies of how much that song has been a blessing to so many lives.
Yes. Yeah, go get that on all digital media platforms. Go ahead and get Secret Place as well. We got exciting news, which they're going to be one of the headliners for the OWR Awards. I'm going to go ahead and play the promo, and then when Mr. Terrell come back, I'll play it again. I haven't gave that to y'all yet. Y'all did this is your first time seeing it. Do you like it?
I love it.
Yeah, that was
We'll
nice.
play it again for you. We're gonna play one more time. Booyah. Joe will be the independent headliner of the OWR Awards this year. It's going to be virtual. I'm very excited about that. And also, they're going to be tributing one of our honorees. I can't.
Yes.
Y'all don't need to know who it is. He knows who it is.
Don't tell him yet. Don't tell him yet. Don't tell him yet.
Don't be surprised, just in case he's watching. So, yes, Mr. Terrell, how do you balance ministry? Because you are a youth pastor. You do have kids. You do have a job, and you do have the choir, and you have a lot. So how do you balance everything?
One thing about me is that I will balance. Definitely me. I will make sure that I balance everything out. And also, I have an awesome wife that really, really sticks behind me. She makes sure that ministry is handled, and also she's behind me 100% when it comes down to my family, when it comes down to my children. I don't have to worry about nothing. She got my back 100%. So I'm really grateful for her in that capacity. And also ministry. I am very, very involved, heavily involved in ministry. I'm the youth pastor. I have, and I pretty much run everything in the church.
Okay.
So I'm there 24/7. I make sure that my kids are never neglected. Everything, the choir has a lot of my time. So I'm able to balance and manage. So that's why I'm very, very detailed as it relates to what I need to do, how I need to do it, and the time frame I need to get it done in. So, yes.
All right. So, everybody has that one moment when they come, especially they come to Jesus moment. When did you have that moment when you first accepted Christ as your Lord and Savior? We're gonna start with Mr. Terrell, then Mr. Tracy. I'm gonna have you answer as well.
Okay.
You probably didn't hear anything I said. Did you hear anything else?
What did you say?
Oh.
Say that one more time.
Mr. Terrell, we're gonna have a technology class tonight. Which I'm about to talk to you.
This is ridiculous. So yeah, what did you say? Repeat the question, please.
Okay, I will. So when was that come to Jesus moment when you first accepted the Lord? You got me messing up now. Come on, Mr. Terrell. When you accepted the Lord as your when you came to Christ, when was that one moment?
Come to Jesus moment.
Yes.
When I was 5,
All right.
My mom kept us in church. Mom and dad. My dad. I'm a PK, so my dad is the apostle of the church. My mom is the pastor, and I'm a youth pastor. So I started out early, 5 years old.
All right. I guess he's done, Mr. Tracy. I guess you can go ahead and go.
Well, mine, I was 11 years old, and I'm grateful to God because my mom wasn't in the church. I'm not a PK, but I had a grandmother who took me to church and taught me about Jesus. And from what I'm told, even as a little baby, I loved Jesus. I would always get excited when I would see pictures and they would take me to church. So when I was 11, I met a young man named Greg Mitchell. You may know him. He's another great songwriter and producer. He was 11 at the time as well. And I admired how active he was in the choir, playing the drums. And so his mother told me, she said, "You're not too young." So that was my moment. They had a revival. It was July the 28th, 1976. I went to the altar and I got saved. And that was the beginning of my walk with God at the age of 11 years old.
Praise him. And I'm glad I came to Jesus, because he's a healer, provider.
Yeah.
He writes all my scriptures. He does everything.
Oh,
let me ask you.
Listen, he write the scriptures now.
All the medicines that you need.
Yes,
Yes.
He'll do it. He'll do it.
I don't know what's this. His Wi-Fi is not that great tonight. You know what? No, you're good. We have to have. Maybe we need to train them on technology.
Next time we'll be in the same place.
Yes, next time. Yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna do another interview for sure. In person.
Yeah.
So yes. I guess we're done for tonight. So he popped up again.
Yeah, I promise you that's not me. I know what I'm doing.
Okay. Mr. Okay,
I promise
Mr.
you
Terrell.
it's not me. I know what I'm doing.
Mr. Terrell, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to reschedule, do another interview, for sure. I prefer to do it in person because I notice technology is not your number one friend. But he went quiet for a second because he knew he was right. But yes, we will talk about.
He has a major delay too. He has that delay.
Yes, a very bad delay. Because I noticed when I was talking, he was look at me, and I was like, okay, is he going to talk or he's
got a delay?
Yeah. So okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and end the live, and we're gonna go ahead and schedule another one. Hopefully the Wi-Fi is better. Thank you so much, Mr. Tracy and Mr. Terrell. When you do delay, come up forward to what we're talking about. We'll do another one. And thank y'all for coming on.
It's our pleasure. Thank you for having us. We really appreciate. We want to say thank you for all that you do to help us, to push us forward, and to promote us. We really, really appreciate all the things and the opportunities that you give us. So we certainly say thank you to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Because I didn't have to set the interview. But yeah, they're first place winners at Raise Every Voice showcase, the very first one that was in August. They're the very first winners for the Raise Every Voice. We're having part 2 soon. During the Mar War Show weekend, and then we're gonna have another one live in person next year, and awesome. I'm excited about the next live in person one. But yes, I'm gonna go ahead and get off because I'm gonna talk up a storm. Let me get off. All right, guys. Peace to the audience. Thanks for everybody coming on.
God bless you all. Thank you.